Now, here's something that I found recently, right? KVD said in an interview in Murder Rap that after they shot they shot up the car, they made the right, the girls was following them, they shot out their windshield, somebody else was shooting at them, which we come to learn that allegedly was Buntry and whoever was in the car with Buntry, and they were shooting back at them, right? I went back and looked at Murder Rap, right? In Murder Rap, Keefe D said that they went to the carriage house, parked the car, put the gun on top of the tire, and they went and went to their hotel and went to smoke and drink. And in they travels, excuse me, to go and smoke and drink, they saw Tupac and Suge on Las Vegas Boulevard in the ambulance had came, right? Now, let me take a pause for the cause in this right here, right? To show y'all why I don't believe that, right? Let me bring up Flamingo and Koval. Now, right here, right? Now, right here would be the shooting. If y'all could see, let me see if y'all could see that. Right here, where you see this burgundy car, right? That would be the BMW, right? Now you see these two lanes over here next to the divider, those are turning lanes. So Pac and Suge, hold on, real quick. Okay. Y'all can see the little hand right here, right? Right here, this would be Pac and Suge, right? This car right here, that would be the white Cadillac in that lane, right? Right here, this in front of Pac and Suge would be K Dub, right? This car behind this black car would be Frank, right? And if I'm correct, instead of this lane right here being Pac and Suge, they would be in this lane here with this little green station wagon or whatever that is. They would be in this lane, and the white Cadillac would have came in this lane, right? And the girls in the Sebring would have been in this lane because Trayvon Lane would have been in this lane right here where the three cars are. So Trayvon Lane would have been in the three-car lane right here that was blocking Suge and parking them, right? So they would have been in the lane where the green cars at, right? But just for the sake of what we talking about, right? The purple car would have been Pac and Suge. So if the white Cadillac came pulling up where their hand is, you see it coming, and they would have did the shooting, right? But remember, they all cars would be one lane over, right? So this car right here would be where the white Cadillac was at, and Suge and them would have been right here, right? From what Keefe D said in Murder Rap, they pulled up, right? Shot in the car, this lane, right? Pop, 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 pop. right? And then they got in over here and where they almost hit the girls in the scene bring, and they made the right, and they went down Koval, right? Now let me show you something, right? Keefe D said in Murder Rap, they shot up the car, they went to the carriage house, parked the car at the carriage house, put the gun on the front tire, and they left, right? Now look at this. If they made and then Buntry and them was back here behind those cars, they shoot at Keefe D and them, and then when they making the turn, then they jump in their car and they chase Keefe D and them down Koval Lane, right? Now let me show you something. There's no turning off of Koval, right? So if Buntry and them came up here and chased the Cadillac, right? And the Cadillac turned and they chased them down Koval Lane, right? Keep looking, right? Now there's a driveway right here, but they didn't go here. Remember what they said? They went to the carriage house, right? So what they did is they drove down all the way to East Harmon, right? Look how long this street is. So if Buntry and them would have chased them, there's no way they would be losing them, right? Because they'd be dead in front of them on this long ass straightaway, right? Now, here's the street on Koval and East Harmon. So Keefe D and them bust another right. That would be a right, right? On East Harmon, right? They make a right on East Harmon, right? And they keep going on East Harmon to Audrey Street or Aldry Street, however you pronounce it, right here. Right here, where you see the pink, is the carriage house. You see right here where it say the carriage house? This is where they parked the white Cadillac, right? They came right down here, turned right in here. They parked the Cadillac, right? Put the gun on the tire, and then they said they went. Now, let me remember this, right? Because look, they say they leave here and they go back to their hotel. Their hotel was the Monte Carlo, which is now the Park MGM. I'm gonna show y'all that, right? But look, they leave there and they say they see they when they pocket them and pulled over with the ambulance and the police and stuff, right? They go up here to Las Vegas Boulevard. Pac and Suge, let me reduce this size a little bit, right? Pac and Suge is right here on Las Vegas Boulevard when the police jacked them up and is searching the car. This is where Chris uh Conley jack up Suge and when I say jack up, that means pull over. And right? Jack up Suge and Pac right here on Las Vegas Boulevard, right? Because I'm gonna show y'all why. Here goes East Flamingo, right? Now remember, we drive right back down East Flamingo, right? You see where it say Tupac Shakur Memorial? That's right here. That we back at the cars, right? So now we back at the car. So what Suge did after the shooting, Suge got over here after uh K Dub got out of his way, right? And Trayvon got out of his way. Suge went and made a U-turn the same way that where this car is at, right? So that purple car would be the BMW. He came over here, he bust the U-turn. right? According to Suge, some cops rammed his car, which made his rims, made him go and hit the curb over here. Boom, boom. That's why his rims was damaged on that side of the car. When you look at it, Suge rims is damaged on the right side. He told me some other cops tried to sideswipe him, and he went on the sidewalk and damaged it, avoiding them and damaged his rims. That's why his rims was damaged. Because all he did was make a U-turn right there. It wouldn't be no reason for his rims to be damaged on the right side, right? So Suge goes all the way up Flamingo, right? And then I'm gonna show y'all something else with the same street, right? Suge drives up East Flamingo, right? Up to Las Vegas Boulevard. Sugar's still driving up here, right? Trying to wherever he going to the hospital, whatever, right? And then he goes right here to Las Vegas Boulevard, and he make this left. Then he starts going down Las Vegas Boulevard right here, and then the police pull him over and they jack him up. Right, this is where Chris Conley catches Suge and them at right there. The car pulls over, and they search him right there. They try to get Tupac out the car right here. Now, remember, KVD says when they drop the car off and they go into their hotel, they seen Suge and them in the ambulance. Well, Suge and them would have been right here on Las Vegas Boulevard between East Harmon and Flamingo. Right? Now, you see the Paris is right here. You see the Eiffel Tower right here, right? On this strip right here, it is bananas crazy, right? So if Suge and them was pulled over right here, that means the outlaws, everybody is all over here because they followed them, right? And the police is jacking them up. So KVD and them saying that, look, you got the Bellagio, it's packed over here, right? Now remember, here go East Harmon right here. This is where, if you go down this street, this is where the carriage house is at, where Keefe D and them, right here. You see it? The carriage house. This is where Keefe D and them parked the Cadillac, got out, put the gun on the tire, right? And then walked up the street and they saw Tupac and Suge being jacked up by the police or being, the police and the ambulance and everything. They saw it right there, right? Now I want y'all to think about this, right? Let's go back down to East Harmon to Koval. This is where Buntry and them chased them at, right? Let's go back up Koval to Flamingo. Now look, you see Tupac Memorial right there? That means this is where Pac got shot at, right? So they drove, made the right down here, came right down to the next corner, made another right? And went right here and parked right here, right? Put the gun on top of the tire, right? And then they walked up here to Las Vegas Boulevard and they could see Pac and Suge being jacked up by the police, right? Now, let me now They seen them over here. Now let me show you where they walked at, right? Let me open this up a little more so y'all can see, right? So as you can see, this is one big square, right? Let's go back over here, East Harmon, right? There go Koval, right? So they was right here. This is where the shooting took place at, right? They made the right, came down to Koval, right? To East Harmon Avenue. They bust the right. Oh, my light. Oh. They bust the right, came down to East Harmon to Audrey Street or Audrey or however you pronounce it. And you see right here, this is the carriage house where they left the car at in the parking lot with the gun on the tire, right? Then they walked from there up East Harmon to Las Vegas Boulevard where they could see Suge and Tupac and the ambulance taking them, right? Now, here's Keefe D and them hotel, right? They would have had to make, once they got up to East Harmon, they would have had to make a left, walk down Las Vegas Boulevard, and this right here is their hotel. The Park MGM Las Vegas, right here, that used to be the Monte Carlo, right? That's what it's called, the Park MGM Las Vegas today. This is their hotel where they walked to after they did the shooting, right? So look at the street right here on Park Avenue. Follow me here, right? So this is their hotel. They walked all the way here. They came down Las Vegas Boulevard after seeing Pac and Suge shot up, right? And they go back all the way up to East Harmon, right? And then they make the right here. And then you go back to the carriage house. So you telling me, now I'm talking to the gangbangers out there, right? I'm talking to the gangbangers out there in the world that who this would make any sense to. You telling me these dudes right here, here's the carriage house, right? This is where they parked the car at the carriage house. In this parking lot right here. You telling me these guys I'm making it small so y'all can see how close it is, right? Right here is Audrey, where you see Audrey Street, that's the carriage house, right? This is Koval Lane. This is the block they came down, turned here, parked right here, and put the gun on top of the tire in the parking lot, right? And you see this? This East Flamingo Road? Right here is where Pac got shot at, right at Flamingo and Koval. You tell me these niggas made a right here, came down this block, right? They came down this block, made another right here to Audrey Street, another half a block. Parked the car right here in this parking lot. Got out the car, left the gun on the tire, walked up right here to Las Vegas Boulevard. Because remember, Suge and them bust a U-turn right here, and they came up here to Las Vegas Boulevard and bust the left, and this is where Suge car went out right here. And then the police came, jacked them up, started searching them, and pulled Tupac out the car right here. So they shot them up, right? From right here, put the gun on the tire, walked up the block, seen them getting jacked up by the police, walked right down this block to Park Avenue, right here, right? And went right here to the Park MGM Las Vegas, which it was the Monte Carlo back then, right? Now, the reason I'm showing y'all this, right? They got the description of the white Cadillac. So you telling me these dudes, the police, right? The police from right here, a shooting occurred right here, where I'm circling, Flamingo and Koval. They came one block down to East Harmon, right here, made it right here, drove a half a block right here to Audrey Street, parked the car that they just shot up Tupac in right here, right? And they went right just here. Now remember, Buntry and them is chasing these niggas down this one street. They make one turn and they park right here. And Buntry and them lost them that fast, right? They got out the car, walked up the block. They could see Sugar and them getting jacked up by the police, the ambulance and everything. And they walked right here to Park Avenue, right down the block. This from here to the Park MGM, which was the Monte Carlo, is 0.8 miles. 0.8 miles, right? Which is probably an 18-minute walk, right? Which is going to be longer when it's crowded as hell after a Mike Tyson fight, right? So my thing to y'all is this. If the car was parked, if you can see Flamingo from here, from a sky view, right? Right here, Flamingo and Koval, and they drove down one block and made the right to a half a block. And they right here at the carriage house, right? This is the parking lot at the carriage house. You tell me the police wouldn't have found that white Cadillac? You see how easy it is to spot a white car? They parked right here in this parking lot on East Harmon at the carriage house. Parked the car right here. Put the gun on the tire. Whether they parked in the front or the back. This is the other part of the parking lot, right? You telling me they parked the car right here in this parking lot. And police got the description that a white Cadillac shot up and well, he didn't die at that moment, but over the walkie-talkies, over the radio, over the dispatch, they looking for a white Cadillac. To this day, they looking for a white Cadillac. You tell me these dudes parked a white Cadillac in this parking lot and put the gun on the tire, right? And walked right out of this parking lot to this street, East Harmon, and walked up the block. They walked up 4 Crips after a shooting. 4 guys is walking after a shooting. And they walk right up this street right here. This is Las Vegas Boulevard right here. And they said they was able to see Pac and Suge and them over here. Because Suge and them would have been over here. on this side of the street. This is a one-way going one way. So they would have made the left on Las Vegas Boulevard and been right here, right? You telling me that the police wouldn't have found that white Cadillac sitting there overnight in this big ass parking lot? And it ain't even a big parking lot. Let's go back to the parking lot. Here it go right here, right? Look at this parking lot from overhead view. They parked the car here, put the gun on the tire, and walked to their hotel, right? Now let me show you their hotel if they walked up the block. Now they would have came over here. How they went to the right and saw Suge and them being jacked up is unbeknown to me, right? But they would have had to come over here and walk down this street. Right? They got to walk all the way down here. 4 dudes after a shooting, right? Walk all the way right here to the Park Avenue, right? And then walk through here and walk through here. And then that's the front of the Monte Carlo, which is the Park MGM today. And they would have walked there. And y'all telling me the police wouldn't have found that white Cadillac? Now, here's one even more interesting. They said the next day they went to the car and the gun was gone. They went back to the car the next day to get the car, Keefe D said on Murder Rap, and the gun was gone. Well, who took the gun, y'all? Because that gun ended up in Corey Edwards' backyard, remember? His dog found it, dug it up like it was a bone. A dog don't sniff up metal to be digging it up. Now, if a bone, they might smell a bone in the dirt and dig it up. But a gun, come on, man. Right? So you telling me they walked all the way this way and the police ain't jacked these 4 Crip niggas walking down the street? From this hotel right here. They walked all the way from here. And how did Buntry and them lose them driving down Koval right here? They went down a straight, long ass straightaway. There's a long. If they was able to shoot at their car, jump in their car, and run that down and chase them in the car, the girls done turn right here and make the car. You telling me on this long ass block? Look how long this block is, y'all. Look how long that block is. And all they did was make a right here and go right here and park. And Buntry and them lost these niggas on this long ass strip.